Okay, y'all, it's only we game in the building, and I want to talk about a couple things. I just want to talk about how gaming's been going so far this generation, because it's been what 2 years now since PS5 and Xbox Series S and X dropped. So now we're kind of like in the swing of things. Like technically speaking, now PS4 and Xbox One are considered last gen now, pretty much, which is crazy because I remember that console released like it was yesterday. So it's crazy. It's crazy just to like think about it. You know what I'm saying? So so far, here's the thing. So far, I would say things have started off very rocky so far. I would say because we just recently have been able to get PS5s. Like now, if you go to if you go to Walmart, GameStop, some other retailer, you can actually find a good amount of PS5s in there now. So I'm just like, technically speaking, PS5 just started really, honestly. And same for this, same for Xbox, but kind of like because the X is just, I guess the X2 kind of just has just been recently available. The S has been around, but the S has been available pretty much since like the start of the pandemic. Um, and uh, and it's funny to me because like because here's the thing. Okay, let me talk about Xbox first because let's get the negatives out the way first. Xbox shot themselves in the foot in my opinion because now it's been 2 years, right? Now developers are starting to make like because now we're they're starting to make like next gen games for them now and everything. Like they're starting to make games like strictly for next gen consoles now. Here's the thing: developers are already complaining that the S is giving them problems. I think there's a game called Baldur's Gate, if I'm not mistaken, and they were saying they couldn't even do co-op. They're struggling to do co-op on, like split screen on the Xbox Series consoles. I'm just like, but here's the thing: they didn't directly call out the Series S, but they pretty much implied that the Series S is giving them issues. So I'm just like, Xbox, you done shot yourselves in the foot again when it comes to this generation. That's why I say Xbox is low key the new Sega now. They honestly are because every time they have a potential to go forward and do better, they always make a decision that holds them back. So now you just shot yourselves in the foot for the third time in a row now, pretty much. So Xbox, things aren't looking too good for them now, honestly. And here's the thing, and plus, when it comes to the game side, honestly, Xbox they had a pretty dry year last year. I'm not gonna lie. Like compared to what Sony had going on, compared to what all the other people had going on. Honestly, like they had a pretty dry year. Honestly, like I remember when the Game Awards started, bro. I remember Phil Spencer was sitting at the Game Awards. He looked like he didn't even want to be there, bro. Like he looked like he did not even want to be there. He looked embarrassed to be there because guess what? God of War got like 7 awards. I remember even the Splatoon got some awards. I remember Elden Ring was doing all the awards and no Xbox game got any nominations. So that was really embarrassing. But but I would say this year they definitely are getting off to a better start. I would say for sure. Like they started off with what was that game called? That rhythm game that they were talking about. Yeah, y'all know what it is. That rhythm game that came out at the beginning of the year. It was some pretty solid games. So at least Xbox has games like coming out now. Like they're starting to get the ball rolling now with games. So hopefully he's the thing. I'm not saying Starfield's gonna do good because his thing. I've seen the gameplay and honestly it looks pretty generic to me. So hopefully Starfield ends up being a success for them because honestly they need to be competitive now because we need more because here's the thing, we need more pressure on PlayStation side so that they can put out better games because PlayStation's gotten pretty complacent now honestly because because Xbox is telling speaking their direct competitor. So because Xbox has been slacking for like the past 8 years pretty much. So PlayStation has just been chilling on the other side pretty much. So they need competition now. But overall, when it comes to the Xbox side, honestly, if I were to give Xbox a grade, it would be like probably like a D right now, honestly, because you had no games last year. This S is already becoming a problem. And honestly, the future outlook for games is kind of rocky right now. Because yeah, because after Starfield comes out, pretty much we don't really know what's coming out after that, pretty much. So it's looking pretty rocky right now. So and not to mention that Halo flop. So yeah, Xbox, y'all need to work on that. Now, when it comes to the PlayStation side, PS5 honestly has PlayStation can't even I can't even say they're doing much better either because the reality was the PS5 was unavailable for the first like 2 years. So pretty much like you pretty much had to freaking pay almost like 2 grand just to get a PS5. I'm like, bro, I am not shelling out my whole freaking life savings to get a PS5. Like that, the beginning of the pandemic was ridiculous. Like Sony could have easily got that under control, but for some reason they just let all the scalpers just spiral out of control. Like it was just crazy, bro. Like honestly, that's probably the wildest console like launch ever, honestly. So yeah, that was definitely like that definitely made me not that definitely almost made me not want to get a PS5, honestly. But yeah. But I'll say this, at least the PS5 as a console runs very well. I'll say this, like my PS5, like I like the new controller, I like the UI, I like everything about it. But there are some things I don't like about the PS5. Number one, where are the themes? Like I feel like they're already getting complacent when it comes to like the features. I'm like, bro, what happens to the themes? Like we've had that for the past two console generations now. Let's not start like going backwards now. And honestly, I think the UI could be cleaned up a little bit more too. Like I feel like the UI is a little bit too like complicated. Like I feel like they have like unnecessary features that they probably should just take out, and they should just make the UI a little bit more simple. And my other complaint, yeah, I think that's my main complaints right now with the PS5 for sure. But it runs well though. When it comes to performance, it runs well. So the new SSD that they've been talking about, it's definitely living up to the hype because the games be loading fast now, boy. Like if I load 2K loads in like 5 seconds. So yeah, PS5. I know for sure games are definitely gonna run well on PS5 this generation. And when it comes to games, I would say the thing is like PS5, the games have been definitely better than like I remember the first couple weeks of PS4, it was pretty dry. I remember like people were online saying, "Bro, it's dry." I remember from 2013 to like from 2014 to like 2015, 2016. Bro, I remember there was so many videos people saying, "Oh my god, gaming is so dry right now." Like there was nothing. I remember there was like almost nothing coming out on PS4 for the first couple years. So I'll say compared to PS4, the PS5 games have definitely like been an improvement for sure. Like we have Ratchet and Clank, Returnal, Forbidden West. What else? Stray. I think Stray just came out. So yeah, they've definitely upped their output. Like I can tell, like their output is a lot more balanced now. You know what I'm saying? And now we're getting Spider-Man 2 this year too, and possibly Stellar Blade. So yeah, PlayStation they definitely got it with the games this generation so far. So if I had to give them a grade, I'll say right now, like that whole PS5 thing really pissed me off. I ain't gonna lie. Like it borderline made me not want to be a PlayStation fanboy anymore. But I'll say for sure it definitely. I'll give them. I'll give it a C. I'll give it a C only because they had a decent output of games. That's why I'll give it a C right now. But they definitely do. But Sony's definitely been on people's bad side for like the past couple of years for sure. So yeah, hopefully things get better. But yeah. So yeah, I'll say yeah. So far, the generation of gaming has definitely been rocky for sure. So if I had to give the whole grade, like the whole generation a grade, I'll say it would be like shoot, that's like a borderline low C. I'll give it like a low C, high D. I'll say it's like high D for me right now, honestly, because of all the issues that were going on with the consoles and everything. Yeah, that's gonna be like a high D for me right now. So that's my opinion on this generation of gaming, but. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section about what you think about this. Because in my opinion, gaming has definitely took a little bit of a slip now. You can definitely see it, but yeah. So let me know in the comment section what y'all think, and check out my other videos. I got videos coming up. You know, when it comes to gaming topics and everything. I got gameplay coming up. I'm gonna try to start streaming and everything. So. Hit me up in the comment sections, you know, give me your gamer tags and stuff like that so we can play online and stuff like that. So, yeah. And I'll see you in the next video. We out.